Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. There are people in this world that have been called monsters, but the truth is that they're just human beings, and that's the most terrifying thing about it. We're playing a Delta Green scenario entitled Lover in the Ice, and this is episode 6. It was written by Caleb Stokes. I am your game master, and the recap will be given by Lucas Glasshauer in the voice of his character, Agent Belladonna. The air is filled with ozone. Oh, that was last week. The players are ready. Let's begin our journey into the darkness. Lucas?
Thank you. I am starting to feel fear creep along the edges of my mind. It hides and crawls just beyond sight and feeling, just out of my peripheral. And when I look, it ducks away, but I can still sense its presence. Fear itself. That fear brings along an accompaniment of death and madness. The three of them, a trio that no one should have to endure, await us, await me. The more we find out, the worse this mission is becoming. The closer the trio comes to grabbing us and pulling us into the shadows of the hellish abyss, the closer I feel pressed to hopelessness. The facts are coming together as our investigation carries on. It brings us to the point of where we are determining data, cementing conundrums, and proving puzzles. And the situation only grows darker and more horrific. At the wreckage that was once Skip Mill's house, we find only a burnt-out shell, a still smoking ruin. There we meet one Deputy Eli Filigree, an officer of the law, who has been coming to the same neighborhood, albeit for different reasons. Or are they? After a small interrogative spat with Deputy Filigree, we find out that he was trying to determine the identity of one John Doe. He was found dead nearby an ATM in the gathering snow, still bodily warm, in nothing but his socks and orange boxer shorts. The deputy, against his superior's best judgment, on his own time, finds this case too strange to ignore. He was investigating on his own time when he came across Agent Nye and myself. He invites us, me specifically, to perform an autopsy on the John Doe corpse back at the mortuary, and so we go. I find it to have many stab wounds around the body, some deep and some shallow. A blade, perhaps 2 different ones, made the wounds. In addition, the John Doe has 4 prong-like puncture marks on his lower abdomen near the top of the orange boxers. This has a very strong resemblance to the bite marks on Agent Chemist's face. Near the bite wound, blood was drained from the surrounding area. And after pressing on the bite wound again, it secreted a yellow goo. I have named it Yellow 1, for lack of a better term for now, and find that it has a purpose of sorts. Analyzing this finds that after infection, the Yellow 1 changes the genetic makeup of the skin on a cellular level, causing it to change texture. A transformation of sorts was happening in this John Doe's body before he died. Possibly, he was the host of something. Maybe a large worm? Maybe the creature that is still lurking about. I dreadfully await to find out. Curiosity and medical phenomena will yet be my downfall. Meanwhile, Agents Curley, Corky, and Chemist further investigate the items we've been cataloging. One thing was the sealed packaged letters of a non-discernible foreign language that were made of meat. I do not think these are USDA approved. But, in particular, the Whitehead story that Agent Nye was studying before he came with me. They found a story fully composed, possibly true instead of what we thought was fiction, that seems to relate to the thing or things that we're hunting now. The story was named Escaping Altamira, and it was a story of Americans plowing their way through the lush Brazilian jungle that surrounds the Amazon River. They discovered 7-foot stone idols of, well, mostly women. These statues depicted women who beat men with overlarge phallics, to say the least. I'm not sure what this is about. Soon after, the crew of natives and foreigners gave into orgies that lasted throughout the nights. People got sick or acted strange, and soon things changed drastically. People began cutting themselves, and those who reacted in a sexual way were put to death. Oy. The natives took to murdering the whores and the men who became afflicted, and went from a massive sex to a massive slaughter. No wonder, if it's true, that Ryan Whitehead committed suicide not long after recording the story. Also, he apparently captured the worm thing, cut from his friend's flesh, shortly before that friend was killed and tossed into the Amazon River. He put this worm thing in the ammo case, stored it in the green box, and I believe it survived all those years until Skip Mills walked into the green box after the storm and was infected by it. These are, again, just little things I'm putting together, or we are, maybe. All in all, the similarities of the story and what we've witnessed in Skip Mills' work trailer and home all seem to be connecting. I spoke with Corky on the phone, and we agreed to bring the cop and come together with our recent findings. And finally, with Deputy Filigree granted temporary access to our case, he comes back to the hotel with us. We begin putting the strangeness of Skip Mills, the John Doe, and the story of Ryan Whitehead into a melting pot as we stir up a dangerous odor, an odor that connects all the flavors and gives way to one sick and repulsive concoction. There is something out there using people as hosts via sexual nature, which causes them to lapse into violent outbursts, which ultimately cause themselves or others harm. This is a sexually transmitted disease of the most epic proportions. This is my conclusion thus far. And then Deputy Filigree shares us with his findings, that another house running high on its electrical bill is only 3 doors down from Skip Mills, from the side of the house where the thing broke out originally. This means it's been generating heat, a lot of heat. Just like Mills' work trailer and former home, just like the Brazilian jungle. Something is there, lurking in an abhorrent solidarity. And, as a final thought, I will be keeping my eye on Agent Chemist, just in case.
Cool. So at this point, let's establish when we are. This is still Saturday, January 7th, and I believe that it's late afternoon. Yes, because you did the autopsy and everything during the day,
right? And we're still at the hotel, I believe. Too.
You're back at the hotel. Yes, it's about we'll say it's about 4 o'clock.
What was the date?
January 7th, Saturday, January 7th. You arrived yesterday morning on the 6th. The storm hit on the 2nd. 2nd, yes. So whatever this thing is, it's been out for a while now. What is your move? What are you going to do?
Well, I am extremely tired, so
I think we should do 2 things.
Check it.
I think the first thing that we should do is maybe run another report on the power grid and see if there are any other hot spots that have popped up recently except for the one. And then I think we should go check the house that we discovered the last time we ran the report.
Yes. I think also we're going to have to sit down with Belladonna and Nye and explain what happened to Agent Silver.
Well, I think you probably did that when they got back from...
Oh, we're just going to assume you've done that. Okay. That's easier.
That solves a multitude of problems right there. And it's done.
It's in your court, everybody. You do what you want.
1 minute he was there, and then like he was like, zzz, and you know, like to put it technically, it's
So,
yeah. I don't know how much. Well, I mean, we don't want to really discuss too much in front of the deputy.
Right. Well, I'm going to get in my cruiser and I'm going to go get a new report. And I'll go over to where we all first met and maybe talk to Skip Mills' coworker that we met last time and get another report on the power grid. Because if we just have one bloom, that's good. That means that it hasn't, for lack of a better term, reproduced. But if there's more than one heat bloom on the map, that's bad. Because then we're going to have to take it house by house by house. Now, refresh my memory, Tom. Deputy Filigree hasn't seen the worm, hasn't seen anything else like that. Okay, good. So he's just trying to help.
At this point, he's starting to realize that they have a little more expertise than he imagined a FEMA worker would have.
Mm-hmm.
But also to add to what you just said, you're going to need one of them to gain access to Skip Mills' office to check the grid.
Okay.
Because it was Corey who did that for you.
Yep.
And of course, that won't look suspicious at all because they're supposed to be there.
Right.
It's probably looking a little suspicious that you guys aren't there.
Well, I could do with some.
Well, they were there to observe,
Right.
as opposed to getting in it.
Sorry, can I just clarify? So Filigree is fully up to date on everything?
No.
No.
What are we keeping from him? The
monster.
The contents of the green box as well.
Yeah.
So as far as he knows, we're basically just looking for a missing person or the murderer. The murderer of the ATM man.
You've taken it upon yourselves because you're FEMA to look into the situation. That's what he thinks.
That's what I mean. As far as he knows, that's what we're doing is we're looking into the murder.
I think we concocted some story about possibly needing to involve the CDC, but taking over the CDC's role until such time.
Right, because you don't expect FEMA agents to be that competent in doing autopsies. So like Tom said, I've kind of realized that there's regular FEMA agents and then there's y'all's skill level, right? But I don't know anything above a certain level. You've kind of kept me out of the loop on certain things. I'm trying to separate in my head what Agent Silver knows and what Deputy Filigree knows. Okay. So I may slip occasionally, but hopefully not too much.
That's fine.
I've also kind of explained that Agent Filigree is pretty damn sharp and not easily rattled. So
right.
I suppose at this point in time, you could consider him a friendly. You know, Skip was a friendly. Skip didn't know anything about Delta Green.
The rules say we can have friendlies.
And you can lie to them all you want. You know, so. All right. So what you gonna do?
Well, I'll go over with the deputy.
Okay.
Where you guys are going to check out? Where again?
We're going to go run another report to look for heat blooms on the power grid. Now, if y'all want to go over while I'm gone, that's kind of why I'm maneuvering him away to kind of go. This is something kind of innocuous. Oh, I ran that report last time. I'll go run that for you again if it will help you. But I'm giving you the opportunity to kind of go to the house yourself. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I'm just going to suggest that you should weigh that against the fact that you're Delta Green agents and your mission, if there is a monster out there, is to stop the damn monster, not to pretend like there's nothing going on.
Process here. I'm like, wait, chemist, are you sleeping still?
He's probably gotten up with all the noise.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm kind of I just got up and I'm kind of just barely kind of awake.
Okay. I want to do a checkup on you, but I would say, like, if you do want to go and hurry back, I think the house is something we should all approach together. It's just my gut, but I would assume we should all
Do I have to go back there?
You don't. We can't make you, but if you're feeling up to it, it's just better to not, what do they say, split the party? I think it's some saying that Geeks use, but anyway.
They also say starve a cold and feed a fever, but
You do notice that Agent Chemist is, he's bandaged up, but he's acting like it itches.
I want to do another full check. It's been several hours.
Okay.
That's just what I'm going to do in the immediate future.
Well,
here.
it's not going to take very long to drive over
Okay.
back, is it?
no. I would say maybe an hour at the most, half
Not even
hour.
that. Not even that,
Yeah.
20 minutes there, 20 minutes back.
Yep,
All right,
yep.
let's go and do it. I'll go with you.
Actually, I'm using the wrong timeline because that's to get from where you are to Skip Mill's house. To get to you're actually right across the street, aren't you? From the.
It was pretty
utilities?
close to the temporary offices of the utilities company.
Yes. Yeah, you're close.
So we could just walk across the street if it's that close.
Right.
Deep, 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 deep.
Except that it's all icy and freezing. But yeah, you can do it. You can walk across the street.
Okay, I'm gonna yeah. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was gonna walk across the street in the manner of a 1970s disco superstar, but I'm not going to do that.
Which would be awesome, but yeah.
What is that, like this?
No, it's
As you're
more
walking.
so rolling with very long strides.
Nice zoomed in camera shot of your feet going on the sidewalk.
Yep,
Carrying a paint can.
massive.
All right.
Massive.
So you walk
All right.
across the street,
Yep.
the power grid. You go back up into the office. And you gain access to the computer once again. Now, in that particular neighborhood, there were 3 or 4 houses that still had power. But Filigree tells you that he's already checked 3 of those. The one that he hasn't checked is the one that you guys are talking about,
Mhm.
3 doors
Okay.
down. Outside of that area, there's a few, buildings that have it. The high school has it, though there's no high school. There's no school going on.
But it could be using as a shelter, correct?
Probably. And then once you get past that, you're getting into south of there. You're getting into the university area. Some of that area has power restored and so forth.
Right. So specifically what we're looking for is places that have power but are drawing an inordinate amount of power. Like if we looked at their historical power bills, what we would see now is a spike, correct? Because because
Well, you're assuming that they have electrical heating. A lot of these places have gas, so that wouldn't show any kind of electrical spike.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but wouldn't there be the gas company? Can we cross-reference to see the level of increase with gas?
If people have their gas turned on during 40 below zero,
no, but
it's not going to show you what temperature their houses are.
No, but I mean, if
but spikes.
well, I get what you're saying, Tom, because if it's 40 below, everybody's going to have their heater blasting.
Right.
and you can't really. Okay, I see what you're saying.
But you can see what places have electricity. If the place doesn't have electricity, then there's nobody there.
Right.
Because it would be,
Well,
it'd be
then,
freezing. Yeah.
Think about it though. With this last fellow, he had his radio on, he had the heat on, lights were all on. So
That's possible. You are correct. If they've done the same sort of thing, Skip Mills had all of his electrical items that he could watch porn on. We're going full blast.
So it's not a bad idea.
In any case, what you're basically seeing is that there is electricity on in a number of houses in the neighborhood. And the farther away you get, the more you're going to encounter, but they're still just going to be here and there. There's no rhyme or reason. Power lines went down everywhere. So.
Well, okay. So, having said that, we'll look at the printouts and we'll kind of look and we'll go, well, it still looks like this house is the one that's drawing the most power, that still has its power on, and it's only 3 houses away from Skip Mill's house.
We can say that house. The closest house is about 300 feet. Yeah, it's the one 3 doors down. And then there's one maybe, another 4 or 5 doors down. And then on the next block, there's 1 or 2. And then farther away, there's a few. So there's, a dozen or so within, a mile that are in a circle around Skip Mill's house. But the one 3 doors down is the closest one.
Well,
I'm just going to kind of tell that to, I assume that Agent Corky is giving me a fake name, and I'll just say, well, this is what the reports say. I hope it helps you.
I am FEMA agent John Mann.
John Largeberries.
John Mann with 2 N's.
John Big Booty.
Mm-hmm.
John,
all right.
Fake name. Well, I would say, if we can cross-reference this with a map, and then mark off the properties on the map, and if we're going to cover them, we should cover them in a radial pattern, moving out from the original house.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that it started at that location. So even if we're looking at these houses and we're finding evidence that it was there, it might not still be there, but it might have been there. It might be a similar situation like there was with the mother.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, let's get back across to the hotel and assemble the troops, as it were.
All right.
So what are they telling me is the reason for going to this house?
We believe there's some sort of contagion.
Okay, so it's
you know how things are when there's a state of emergency like this. Sanitation suffers.
Mm-hmm.
Access to medical care suffers.
I just kind of want to know what kind of
food,
cover story they're
rubbish,
giving.
Refuse collection, so
Yeah.
disease can spread.
Well, they have to give you a cover story. That's the game.
Mm-hmm.
But ideally we want the CDC in, but they won't be here for at least 48 hours. So we're going to have to fill the gap, I'm afraid. It's not great for anyone. It's not ideal for you, I know. It's certainly not ideal for us, but that's the deal we've got, I'm afraid.
So before they get back,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if you were done or not. Sorry, Matt.
Go ahead.
That's all right.
No, I'll be very done.
I wanted to talk to you guys before they get back. So because we're in a tough spot, because if there's a creature out there, we need to put it down.
Mm-hmm.
And that creature may be inside of a human being,
Mm-hmm.
and we might have a police officer standing right behind us. So I just think we should kind of get our story straight as far as how are we going to handle this?
Yeah, that's
Well, we won't. How about this? We'll do our initial investigation. If that individual is infected, they may try to attack us. If they try to attack, we can legally defend ourselves. However, if they don't, we can tag them, more or less, like have a mental note on who's infected, and we can come back for them later.
All right. So if we see this thing, we're going to let it go until we're clear of.
Well, it's not that we're going to let it go, but we're going to keep our eye out on it. It's just we're going to take care of it when the police officer is not around.
Jeff, go ahead and do an idea roll, an intelligence roll.
21.
Okay. I'm just going to suggest something to you. I'm not suggesting a course of action. I'm just going to remind you of something, that you are Delta Green agents, and when this is over, you are all going to vanish into oblivion. Nobody will ever know who you are. And one of your tactics could easily be to concoct a ridiculous story so that when the cop tries to tell somebody later, he'll look like an idiot, but you'll be gone. He'll have no way to track you down or find out who you were. You could tell him alien mutants from outer space are attacking and then disappear, and they're going to all think he's crazy. You don't really give a shit if he ends up in a nut house if you've saved the world from a monster.
The alien thing is probably not far off anyway.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know, we could have, I mean, we're all going to be looking for this monster, but we could have one of us specifically keeping our eye on the deputy. Just keeping him in our visual. So if he reacts to someone else reacting, you know, we can be ready to draw on him if we need to.
Well,
not that I want to. I think he's an okay guy, but
yeah, no, I understand.
If you get my meaning, not aggressive towards him, just defensively keeping an eye on him.
Although you did mention something there, that do you have anything such as like chloroform?
Let's see.
She probably would.
I'm pretty sure you would there.
Just say
Belladonna.
yes.
Yes. It has the fully tricked out medical bag, like the works.
Or what's that? What's the slip him a Mickey or something?
There's that. You could just hold the rag up to the mouth like you see in all the movies. You could. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get him to be able to take a drink with something in there when we're in the middle of combat. So that's probably out of the question.
Come up
Unless someone has tranquilizer.
jab him in the ass with a needle.
I mean, I guess I could concoct a needle, but that still is going to be slow reacting. It's not going to be immediate.
Didn't you ever watch Dexter? It's pretty immediate.
Well, it depends on where you inject the tranquilizer.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, you can see Agent Corky and Filigree coming across the street towards you
Yeah,
guys.
I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to stand behind the door.
So
Everyone act normal.
I'll grab my bag and I'll be like, "Chemist, it's time to address your wounds again."
I do want to ask you. I do want to ask you before you guys do the next thing is, what kind of prep are you going to make sure you've got guns or?
I have armor and an assault rifle, but I'm not. I thought I had it broken down with me, but I don't know if we basically left it at the airport, like all our heavy machine weaponry.
You probably left your heavy machinery at the, yeah.
So let's also think about your cover story
Sure.
and how that ties in. I mean, if we're looking just for contagion, shouldn't you be in full hazmat gear as opposed to getting geared up like a SWAT team?
Well, I know I have Kevlar helmet and vest, but I was right now.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
No,
It's not a bad idea. Is it possible to get some hazmat gear?
No,
You know,
you can't get anything practically.
I
I think I mentioned in an earlier episode that you could break into an arms place and get all the arms you need, but most of the town is deserted.
yeah, I was wondering because state of emergency. I would imagine they might have something like hazmat suits.
They don't at this point.
Okay.
There's probably some on the way. Relief is coming, but they're even having trouble getting in. So
Gotcha.
you had to take a military transport because it was the only thing that could actually get over the countryside to get in here.
So we all have sidearms, I believe. I believe most of us do.
Yeah.
We might just have to make do with those and be really careful.
All right.
Yeah, like
Agent
standard sidearm.
Filigree gets back with Agent Corky.
Can I inspect chemist in the other room?
Yes. The wound on his upper lip, there's parts of it that look kind of swollen and red, but not necessarily different than they should look. It's only been a day, so...
But there's no texture change and no yellow yellow one?
With the swelling, it's hard to tell if there's...
Okay. Yellow pus?
Yeah, no, you don't see any of that.
I don't kill you then, chemist. You are still living. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's assuring.
Yeah. Woo! Positive. Think positive. While we're
thinking positive.
I'll change the dressings now. While we're in there, is it possible while we're in this other room for me to take my bag and mix up a small cocktail?
Sure.
A tranquilizer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just like in a syringe.
You're not.
Just as a standby, and that's it. I'll just keep one, I guess.
I look like you're not going to give that to me, are you?
I'm like, no. I mean, as long as you're not acting funny now.
Well, I feel fine.
Oh, good. That's very good. Keep acting fine.
All right. Next move. What are you guys going to do?
I think we're probably there by now.
Yes.
Just over the road.
2 cars are
You arrive and everybody's getting ready.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I should think about doing the same, I think.
Yeah, do.
Do we need 2 cars, or are we all going to fit in the van? Do we have a van? I forget.
You have an SUV, and let's see. Yeah, 6 of you. You could all fit in the SUV. The cop could bring his cop car. He could fit a couple of you in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry I was on mute. I'm going to just take my cruiser. If somebody wants to come with me, that's fine.
I'll come with.
Okay. The rest of you will go in the SUV. Who's driving? Belladonna?
I mean, I can if no one else is going to volunteer.
Oh, I thought you when you went like this, I thought you were saying yes.
I was just saying yes. I'm going to ride in the SUV.
I'm quite happy to drive.
Okay, and then who's sitting next to you and who's sitting in the back seat?
Lady's choice.
Well then, I'll sit in the back with chemists. Go ahead and have shotgun. Cause yeah, I mean, out of character and everything. She's just keeping that cautious eye. Now on 2 people.
All right.
For the greater good.
Takes you about 20 minutes, once again, to drive back over to near Skip Mill's house. And as you go, you arrive at the house that was on your list. Now, it's a fairly large house, 2 stories high. It's got a yard in the front, but there's also like a side driveway that looks like it goes to the backyard, and maybe there's parking back there, which makes you sort of think that this might be a building that's used as an apartment, a house that was converted. because there's extra parking room. The address is 1824 West Ambrosia Street. And
who's that listed to?
You didn't look that up, so
It would be listed, right?
would it be listed?
Yes.
I think
Let's
the
say
address.
yes.
Well, the name on the thing is Pamela Decatur. Is the name that's associated with this house.
Okay.
Owner.
Pamela what?
Decatur.
I'm going to take the lead on this. Because again, as far as the deputy knows, this is a health. It would be like a health department call.
Okay.
So
It's about 4:30. You can see that the lights are on inside.
okay. Well, I'm not drawing my weapon or anything. I'm just going up to the front door, protect and serve. Knock on the door.
Okay. You're
Is
all
anybody
following.
gonna be- yeah, I was just going to say, is anybody going to be with him?
Well, I think we should. We'll hang back a little bit.
I'll walk
Let
up
him
with
inflict entry, and then
Yeah, let Nai go.
Yeah,
Okay.
how about I go with him? The rest of us can hang back. Although I'm thinking, what if one of us starts to walk around or something?
Yeah, you
want
can
me to
check the
cover
perimeter.
the. Yeah, I'll go and cover the rear.
You want to go alone, or you want me to go with you?
You stick out front in case there's any confrontation.
I think there should be. I think if you're going to split up, we should have small teams of two. Somebody to watch somebody else's back. So
All right. Well, tell me what you're going to do. Who's going to go where? Filigree, you're going up to the front door and knocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
This is just a we're concerned call, right? Because as far as Filigree knows, we're just want to make sure
going
everyone's
with,
okay. Yeah.
Who's going with
well,
Filigree?
if Nye was in the car with Filigree, it makes sense if he goes up to the door, and then
So Nye and Filigree go to the
Curly
door.
and I will go and cover the back if that's okay with you, Jeff.
Curly and
Yes.
Corky go to the back.
Yep.
Um,
I guess Chemist and I will stay near the vehicles, a little ways out, so we're not all creeping up on the house, but still within eyeball distance of the police officer.
All right.
Yeah, I think it makes sense not to put the doctor and the chemical specialist into the
Right.
line of fire.
All right. So this is what happens. Filigree and Nye go up to the front door. Filigree knocks.
Yep.
There's no answer. You don't hear anything from inside. If you lean over to look through the window, the curtains are drawn. You can see that there's lights on inside, but you don't see anything. You don't hear music or anything. There's no creaking of the floor. This kind of a building probably has a wooden floor.
Right.
It's just dead silence. The door is locked. At the same time, Corky and Curly are walking around the side of the house. They're walking on the driveway. And the first thing that the two of you notice is that behind the house there is a parking lot. There are 3 cars. 2 of them are sedans, and they are completely buried in ice, 4 inches or so of ice. There is also a Jeep, and the Jeep is not. The Jeep is completely fine. And then you guys notice the basement, what do you call them? The cellar doors. And the cellar doors look like they have been torn apart by something. And as soon as you see that, you draw your weapons. And as soon as you draw your weapons, Belladonna and Chemist over by the car can see you clearing the corner of the house. They see you pull your weapons.
Now, does this look has it been ripped from the outside or the inside?
It has been torn up from the outside. Something tried to
Okay.
get in.
This is. I'm sorry. My sister was texting me. It was the house or the garage.
The cellar door.
So okay. All right.
It is very obviously by something that was really strong.
All right. I say, chemist, look alive, and I draw my sidearm.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
You can't actually see that, Belladonna, so you have to go around where they are. You just see them draw their.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
Yeah, as soon as you see them have their guns, I'm like, okay, let's do this now. Like, instead of kind of like sleepy kind of mode, up more into like the back to my normal self kind of thing.
All right. So what do y'all do?
Well, I'm going.
Well, what is the
straight
deputy
into,
doing?
Well, by now he sees Belladonna and Nye pull their. And Belladonna and Chemist pull their guns.
I'm like, what in the hell is going on? No one's answered the door. I'm kind of looking around. It's like, what is going on here? Why do y'all have your weapons drawn?
Well, let's take a look. I'll make my way around to the
All right.
as well.
I'll follow Agent Nye, or whatever
All right.
fake name he's given me.
As Filigree, as you step off the porch and come around the side of the house, you can see that they're all obviously looking at something and they're quite disturbed.
So you got the two looking at the door and the cellar door. The other two just went around to see him, and the chemist and I are probably still the furthest away.
Well, not. Yeah, you're about where Filigree is now. So,
Okay.
but you're all becoming very tactical. As far as
Tactical mode.
yeah, tactical mode.
Shh. Got my finger gun ready. Double barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm going to shine a light in.
And I'm still trying. I come around the corner, and I see 5 people with guns drawn, looking at the cellar, and I'm still trying to figure out what's going on.
It looks like something broke its way into the cellar, tore its way into the cellar.
Right, well, I mean, I'm doing the X-Files thing with the little the gun and the maglite tool.
Oh,
Right.
the light is on in the cellar.
Oh, right, okay.
I mean, granted,
Just got it.
Jeff's doing what I did the other night.
Oh yeah.
Lights are on, but you still need the flashlight, right?
Yeah, maybe
Theatrical reasons.
to blind whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. So you guys going to go down? I shouldn't say
Just
that.
a caution.
You tell me. Who's going first? 2 people could go down at the same time if necessary. It's 8 steps down into the.
Really corky.
Yeah, let's go in. That's our job. Let's do it.
Yep. Okay. Ready?
Wait, I thought that this was about contagion. I need to get backup. If there's been a robbery or something, we don't need to go in guns a-blazing. It's just, this might be somebody looking for heat, looking for shelter out of the storm. There's no need for all this gunplay, people.
Did you not see the door? I had a quick question. Based on, I guess, the amount of force that was needed to tear this door apart like this, was that similar to the strength that Skip possessed when he attacked both myself and Chemist?
Yes, and the same kind of strength that tore up the attic in the other house, tore the vent and the hole right out the wall. Whatever it is strong.
So then I take out my weapon.
Okay.
And I'll follow down.
I think, though, that you need to address Filigree. He's very confused at this point why you've all drawn weapons. that you even had weapons.
Right.
This is America.
Yes, America. Anyone?
That's not an answer that the police
No.
officers get.
Protection.
No, again, this was a health and safety call. I understand that the doors have been removed, so to speak, but this could just be people getting in out of the cold. We don't need to go in guns drawn.
I fear for my
Okay.
own safety.
Well, how about this?
No
How
one rips
about
doors
this?
off like that. There's no one that strong.
How about this? Why don't you go first without a gun drawn, and we'll stay up here. And if it's all safe, we'll put our weapons away.
I don't mind going down there. I mean, I don't have my gun drawn, and the lights are on. I'm just going to go. I'll go first, and I'll look in, and I'll knock on something, try to holler for Miss Deckiger, because I have her name on the clipboard, and I'll just announce myself. This is Deputy Filigree. Sheriff's Department. Is anybody here? I'll go down in there.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. Is that what you're going to do, Filigree? You're going to go down by yourself?
Yeah.
You guys going to let Filigree down?
No. If he goes, I'll go. No.
Remember, he has no concept of what might be down there.
We've already sort of
Right.
started.
I'm just trying to play it the way I should play it because I
Yeah.
don't know what happened before.
My suggestion is, instead of telling us what you're all thinking, you need to act as you would act.
Yeah.
Filigree would probably say, "What the fuck are you all doing? Put your guns away."
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So-
And I'm
that's-
wow.
This isn't the
Wanna
way
go in?
FEMA agents would act, and that's why I'm confused because we were just going to check on the people, right? Because you said contagion. You don't need guns for
you say it's not the way we act. After Katrina, dealing with a lot of looters, things have gone a different way.
Well, for me,
we
I'm
have a
like,
different
well,
protocol now.
okay.
I
Someone
don't
broke
think you
in
guys
there.
have the time to do all this discussing. I think that you guys need to act.
I'm going down the stairs.
So okay, hold
I'm
on.
like, well,
Time out.
Hold on.
Hold on. So Corky and I already declared we were going down into the basement. Are we
Yes.
not doing that?
Well, we're already going in, aren't we? I mean,
If you said you were, then I think
So-
you would.
If you said you were
we're
before I
already
did,
going
then
in.
you're
The-
ahead
the-
of me.
the rest of them are all we're all coming around the house behind us.
Right.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
you're first, then you're first.
Okay, I just want.
But I thought everyone was standing in a circle when I came back there, so I took the lead.
I'm
But
like,
if you're already heading down the stairs, then you're first.
I wanted to clarify.
All right. So you head down into the basement, and your first impression is you can guess the layout of the basement. Okay. You're coming into a part of the basement where there's a lot of storage boxes and exercise equipment and stuff like that. There's obviously something dividing. There's a wall sort of dividing it. There's an entryway going into another part of the basement. This is what you see from your perspective. It's a little more than what you can see from your perspective, but you're coming in the cellar doors.
Nice and clean.
Well, it's clean because that's the map, but it's
It's nice and white and shiny.
it's actually looks cleaner over on the other side. So what you can see of the other, you can't actually see that there are stairs there yet, but
Right. We can only see what's on the right-hand side
correct.
because we're coming in through the cellar doors.
Right.
Okay.
And you said the lights are on down here.
Yes,
I still, like I said, I still would have my flashlight out.
that's fine. Everybody do a spot hidden. Everybody do a spot. No, an alertness. Do an alertness.
17.
I did not make mine.
Okay.
50. Yes, that's a pass.
Fail.
Fail.
Okay. Those of you who passed, there is a very distinctive odor down here, like rotting meat.
Okay.
Do we all get to roll?
Yeah, you could have all rolled that. If you pass, you can smell the rotting meat smell.
Can anyone else smell that?
30 for alertness. Hey, I made it.
Once somebody points it out, you can probably all start to
Sure.
smell it. Makes sense.
So we'll routinely sweep the basement area to clear it.
Okay, so there's boxes and things in your way, but there's nothing like blocking your vision. So we're talking just about the right-hand side. It's obvious, at least from scratch marks and things like that, that whatever it is that came down the cellar doors is fairly large. At least, well, you can't really tell, but there's scratches on the wood.
Is the floor wet?
No, not really. Well, maybe near the door, because some of the weather got in.
Yeah.
But the door was closed when the storm happened. So
Okay.
But so why I'm asking, if this creature came in and he was tromping through the snow, he would attract the snow onto the floor. So if it's wet, that means he came in here recently. If it's dry, then...
Well, there's definitely evidence that may have happened. There's nothing... The doors are obviously partly open, so the weather itself has come in.
So there's no immediate footprints then?
No.
Continue to sweep the basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything that looks like a freezer in there?
No, not over here. As you move forward, give me some indication as to who sees the stairs first. Who comes around that corner and sees the stairs?
Probably Curly or Corky,
Okay.
because we're still kind of in a double file line, I assume,
Right.
walking in.
When you clear that area, when you start to move into that area, and you look over towards the washer and dryer, there is a body lying there on the ground. There's blood on the ground, and there's yellow goo. And the person, whoever it is, looks like it might be a woman.
Oh, Pamela.
She is bloated, swollen, and kind of moving. Like there's something inside of her moving around. And that's obviously where the smell's coming from.
Oh, I think we've.
And we forgot our ammo box.
I think we've located our suspected contagion. Then.
At least one of them.
I'm going to make a sanity roll.
I think you should all make sanity rolls, yeah.
Can I come over and look after that?
Because Filigree's never seen anything like that.
Sandy
Right.
time.
Ooh, 49 out of 54.
I pass.
Pass with a 25.
Once you get a really good solid look at it, you can all do constitution rolls too to see if you vomit.
Oh.
I think Belladonna,
Yeah.
you can have a bonus dice on that because you're less likely.
So just roll twice, or do I just roll an extra die?
Yeah, just roll twice and take the better
And-
roll.
Okay.
Take the lower, yeah.
Did we lose any sand on a pass?
I
Holy
fail.
cow. I got a 1, Tom. I got a 1.
All right, good.
Both.
If
I'll never roll that good again.
if any of the Delta Green agents pass their sanity, you can just take 1 for violence. Filigree, did you pass?
I did pass.
Do a 1d4
Okay.
because this is horrific.
You got this, Bill. Roll a 1.
Belladonna, did you say you wanted to go over and examine?
If they say they found a possible contagion or something like that, I'm like, if Corky heard him say that, like, then I got to get over there.
Now, I've now got 3 hits on violence. So what do I do now?
What did we take for a fail?
Oh no, that wasn't. Hang on, that wasn't a fail. You said it wasn't a fail. It was.
If
I
you were,
passed.
if you failed, oh, what did you take for fail? I'd say a 1d3. You guys are kind of
I took 3 hits of sanity loss.
okay. So
I
you're
don't.
kind of,
I wouldn't check on violence if I'd passed, would I? Or would I?
no.
Even though I've lost one.
It's a good question because you did take a sanity loss, though.
Yeah,
Right?
Maybe.
that was my thought.
It's a good question. I don't know. It's up to you, Tom.
I'm going to say no, because you guys are getting kind of inured to the violence. I mean, you are Delta Green agents, so.
Now, would filigree take one against? Would that be a check mark against violence or helplessness? I would assume violence.
It's violence. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take a check mark.
Oh, didn't do my constitution roll.
You can see also that the at the top of the stairs, since that's kind of where you're standing, at the top of the stairs there is a door on the side that is open. It's going into the house. Belladonna, did you say you wanted to examine the body?
Yeah, I move over there. I don't know if they said anything was moving, so I want to be looking close as I go over there.
Do an alertness roll, please.
Sure thing. That is wow, I'm doing good. I got an 18, so that's definitely under my alertness.
Okay. As you are walking towards the body, did you have a flashlight?
You know, I'm going to be truthful, and I'm
Well,
going to look. Yes, large flashlight.
All right.
Yep.
Because it's not, it's not brightly lit down here, but
Sure.
there's bulbs. But
I'm probably doing the same thing.
you're shining the light on the thing.
Mhm.
You become convinced within 3 steps that whatever it is inside is actually reacting to your movement. There is something inside there. Her skin is almost translucent on her, where you can see it on her belly. It's actually ripped through her dress. So her dress is kind of lying to either side. Her skin has turned kind of a grayish brown, very similar to what the woman in the other house's body.
Mama.
And that there's something growing inside of her.
I don't know what's going on
Okay.
here, but I need to go call for backup because we need to get somebody
Okay.
here to investigate this. I need to call for backup.
No.
Oh yeah, this
But-
is our jurisdiction. This is a dead person here. We need to get people here. We need to get the coroner. We need to get.
She just starts swearing in Spanish, and she's like, "Mary, Mother of God of Joseph, look, come here. There's something inside her."
I know, and Filigree's heading back up for the doors.
Can I make a kind of like a perception check, and if I shoot this thing, if it's going to be bad, or if I don't, kind of thing.
I'm not telling you that.
Well,
There is. I will tell you that there is a toolbox next to the body, and there is. She is wearing clothes. I mean, they're torn, but she is wearing clothes, like overalls. It's definitely a woman.
Chemist, can you see
Yeah.
it moving? Can you see it? It's reacting. I do a little sample, like I moved to the left, and then I moved like to the right, and see if I can get it to follow me, since I'm probably the closest, unless someone else is. Like it's that thing that attacked you before. There's another one in there.
I know that's why I'm like, that's why I want to shoot this motherfucking thing.
No, I don't disagree, but I don't think we should act alone. I mean, where's everybody else? Where's Curly, Corky, and Nye? Because I know Filigree's leaving.
Yeah, I'm outside the cellar doors. I'm getting on the radio.
Do I have Okay, never mind.
We're going to have to do something about that.
No,
Okay, so if he's outside, as I'm sitting there, I'm like, I kind of like look at my belt. I'm like, I have a syringe here. It's a tranquilizer if we need it.
wait.
If we need to do something about him. Otherwise, we're gonna need help getting this thing either captured alive or let's just murder it. I don't care which.
Honestly, I want to fucking murder this thing.
I agree.
Well, if we capture it alive and we can take it to the lab, we can study it and see what it's weak to. What chemicals work on it.
I'm like,
Perhaps come up with especially if this thing has been spreading and we can't tell, maybe find something that we can add to water reservoir or something like that. That might be able to kill this thing outright.
It's not a bad idea, but it might also.
I'm sorry, Nye, but you seen what the thing did to me when I tried to keep it alive.
I'm in my car now, and I'm calling on the radio to dispatch for backup.
I'm going to, if you don't make a decision in 5 minutes, this whole clip is going to get shot into this.
Do it.
Now, is that a good idea? At the moment, it's pulsating, and we suspect it might be full of those things. If you shoot it, it's going to burst. You might kill one or two of them, but the rest of them are going to come. You're going to release whatever's in there.
I think there's only
That's
one.
not a sensible thing. Just think about what happened when you encountered one of them before.
Yes.
I think there's only one, though.
To do that.
Does it only look like there's one, Tom?
You can't tell. There's something inside of her squirming around, but it looks bigger than a worm. Filigree, you are talking to the police.
Yeah, I'm reporting a dead body at this address, and
what do you want the police? What do you want your people to do?
I want what they would normally do during a homicide when we find a dead body. You have a homicide detective, you have a coroner, you have I'm the first officer on the scene, so this is what you do.
All right, they're going to send somebody out, but considering what's going on, it's going to take a bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Fast.
Okay, Corey, have you? Sorry, Agent Chemist, have you shot him yet?
No.
All right. Here's an idea, real quick. What if we let this? We're compromised. Filigree is already calling in extra backup. What if we just leave? Let them deal with this. We can't get caught.
No, I totally agree. But the thing is they might be kind of like what's the word? Release it to the general public.
Nope. Clean it up.
And although I do like cops, they are extremely incompetent and they will fuck everything up.
Let's just wait. Hold on one second. Corky, what do you think we should do about this? We need to figure out the woman first, the thing inside it, and then we can worry about Filigree. We'll be back in just a minute.
What are your thoughts, Corky?
Well, that thing is definitely infected.
Yes.
Well,
that needs to be destroyed. I haven't got any orders to collect any samples or bring anything in for testing. We're here to deal with the situation. I say we just destroy it.
Nye?
How about sorry. How about we just light a match, let this thing burn?
we could take a knife, we could take a gun, we can try to empty the toolbox, put it over the top of the body, cut the skin, and try to collect it. We can try to murder it first, and then just put it in the toolbox and hide in there before Filigree gets back real quick, or let's just kill it and we'll worry about it in a minute. We can show him, he can scream, and then he's going to understand a little bit more. Maybe even Delta Green might be looking for a new agent. Who knows?
No, but that fucking cop.
Chemist, hold on a second.
Agent 9, you want to weigh in?
You need some pills?
You're still in favor of capturing.
I should weigh in and point out that you guys let Filigree call the police.
Yeah. It's
you
all
didn't
happening.
do anything to try to stop him.
I gave y'all every opportunity
Yep.
to
I don't
step
wanna-
in.
I really don't want to use violence.
I was
Party. Now that's my
Chemist-
character internal monologue on that. So
Chemist was too worried about this thing, and he kind of took a kind of zone, and he didn't really understand what the.
no,
At
it's
this point, I need you all to do an idea roll. Not necessarily you, Filigree.
Right. Yeah, I'm not there. I'm still out in the car waiting for backup.
Tom, I got a critical success with a 44.
I got a 08, so
That's good too.
So,
out of 75. So
Okay. If you have just stepped into the basement, you have no idea what's upstairs. You now have policemen coming, supposedly.
We stepped upstairs to go. Crap.
And at
All right,
this
I'm
point,
leaving.
you need,
You're leaving?
I'm leaving. I'm
well,
heading up the cellar door.
how old is this building? Does it look like it can easily combust? Like,
well, once again, let me finish what I'm saying. You have a problem, and that's that you don't know what's upstairs. You have a police force coming. Maybe. You need to come up with... There's problems. If you just burn the house to the ground, you have no idea what's upstairs.
And it's
If you-
also an extreme coincidence as to what happened to Skip Mills' house.
If you run away, then you haven't done your Delta Green job at all. You've allowed the public to become exposed to this
yeah,
thing, whatever it is. This thing could be upstairs. It could infect everybody in the police force, in 5 minutes when they get here. They don't know what they're dealing with. So you need to find a way to either divert the police force or get somebody to call on that radio and say, false alarm, don't bother. Or you gotta do something. You
Because
gotta
it's already
solve
been
this
a couple.
problem.
It's already been a minute or two.
Can we freeze time here?
Yes, time is frozen.
Okay, thanks.
You're all thinking really quickly, but really slowly.
We should let
okay. So I'm just thinking, what if we make a false alarm somewhere else? Then that would give us about, I don't know, a few hours. Or we can,
Here's
I
the
think I
question.
like-
How long do we think that the police it will take for the police to arrive, especially with these conditions and things going on within this city?
20 to 30 minutes.
Well, let's. I will look to the group and I'll say, let's check upstairs to see. We'll keep one person down here observing this, making sure that this contaminant doesn't spread. We should take a small team upstairs, look around to see if there's anything else up there. If not, then we can remove this body before the police show up.
Yeah. Go.
How? Well, I have to. We're still in stopped time. How would you remove the body? Filigree is right outside.
I mean, he might have to be let in on it a little bit.
Well, we're gonna, we're saying that this particular body seems to be contaminated. We wrap it up in a body bag, and we'll say we're taking this off the premises.
Do you have any body bags?
Do we?
Bed sheet. Bed sheet if we need to.
I wasn't sure what we had in our trunk in our vehicles.
I don't know why you would have body bags. But
Yeah, I don't.
We are FEMA workers. I mean, we might come across something.
Well, I don't think that I can let you get away with that, because you could easily say, I'm going to pull the helicopter out of the trunk and fly away with it.
Well, a helicopter, unless it's
You're kind of stuck.
Well, unless it's a drone, it won't fit in the trunk.
I think you're kind of stuck. See if you guys can get out of this.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking.
Sticky wicket.
Do I have any bars on my phone?
Do a luck roll.
We can have Filigree call him off. Once he sees it, he might want to.
I got a 38.
All right.
Okay.
You do have a bar.
Okay. What if we call a police station, the 9 wherever that Filigree called, and say we're with FEMA and give us the address. This officer stumbled onto some official government business that we're trying to clean up. We do not need the cops right here, right now.
Well, that would bring every cop in the in the city. They'd want to know what you guys are up to. But I think you might be on the right track to a solution.
No kibitzing.
Personally, I don't see a way out of this.
There is a way. It's just
As soon as we do something to the body, we're going to be accused of murder. We have a cop sitting out front who's just called reinforcements, and as far as they know, there's a body in the basement, and if we kill that thing, we're going to have to explain who we are, what we're doing here, and why we just killed somebody.
Jeff, go ahead and do an intelligence roll.
Is that someone alive, though?
25 would be a pass.
Okay. I'm gonna say, because you guys are in a quandary, Agent Chemist actually came up with a pretty good idea a second ago. If you could create a diversion, if you could call into the police and say, and get them somehow to go to a far more important location across town, they'll be busy for hours. Or maybe, and your phones are burner phones, they won't be able to trace it back to you.
Okay.
That'll buy you time.
If it was a big enough disaster, a couple of us could call, showing that several people have seen this and called in on it too. Just
yeah.
in a bigger disaster somewhere else.
Something
could
at
all-
the university over the south side of town?
There you go.
Gunman. That sounds weird.
No, looters with guns. Gun-wielding looters.
All right, someone make the call, or two. We need to deal with that thing. Pointing to that thing moving around that lady's body.
All right,
Is the,
okay.
is the toolbox within reach?
It's on the other side of her, but yeah. You can see that she's probably got a pocketbook or identification. I don't know that she would carry a wallet, but
What's her?
she's dressed in a utility manner. Looks like she came here to maybe fix something.
I have a quick question. What's his name? Did he have a girlfriend or something that we know of, or a significant other?
Who?
What's his name?
Skip Mills?
Skip Mills.
No.
Just his mom, pretty much, so we knew.
Okay.
I'm going to make the call.
Do it. I liked it.
Now you're going to have to deal with filigree in some way.
I think he should just be. I think he should just be allowed to see what we're about to see. That might change his mind on everything.
Well, I'm going to make you do it.
Nye, should we try to capture this thing in the toolbox? Do you want to do this? Is it worth it? I start inching over towards the toolbox.
Is there any way this might be another good? Is there any way that we can, grab sort of like a bag or something that kind of like a body bag, and
toolbox?
Just looks like it might be a little too big for the toolbox.
Just give me a second. Is there anything that we could find in the house or even in the car that we can?
I don't know. You haven't looked in the car or the house.
Laundry basket.
That we can, have something, that can kind of like a toolbox, but have it sort of like where you can,
Do a luck roll. Do a luck roll.
Yeah, can I see if there's a laundry basket?
23. Yeah. I passed.
Yeah, I mean there's laundry baskets made out of plastic, and there's cardboard boxes, and there's all sorts of things. Whether they would hold the thing or not is
the laundry basket would be a little more durable, but I don't know if it's completely durable.
Well, yeah.
Agent. I mean, Bill, he's gone.
Whew, more time.
You guys have to think quick because he's probably coming back. I don't know what he's doing because I was going to ask him just now. You obviously can't just stand here talking about it. There he is. Bill, what is Filigree doing at the moment? Is he waiting at the car? Or is he going to come back?
He just put his headphones on.
Oh, I was talking to you, Bill. Sorry.
What's up?
What is Filigree doing? Is he going to wait at the car? Or is he going to come back?
I actually think he assumes they're on the way, so he kind of needs to go and secure the scene. So he's going to go back and go down into the cellar, and I'll just kind of tell them, I've called for backup. Everything's going to be okay. They should be here soon, and go from there.
So what are you guys going to do? Filigree is back.
Well, hopefully I've finished the phone call now.
Yes, you have.
You want to help me try to capture this thing?
Yes.
All right.
Laundry basket. Pin it down at least so it's underneath.
You can try that. The question is, this laundry basket, does it have like slits on the side of it, or is it just a solid piece?
Yes, it's flimsy. It's cheap. Probably from IKEA or from CVS.
The laundry basket isn't going to work. Let me run up to to our vehicles to see if we have a larger toolbox or something a bit more sturdy.
So what do I see them trying to do? I see the dead body. I see the thing squirming on the inside of the body, and now I hear them saying that they're going to try to actually catch that creature inside of her. Is that
what you're hearing?
Okay. All right.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to make a sanity roll.
Well, I mean, other than something that happens in the ether outside the game, but what are you going to do physically as you're standing there? I mean, you got to be confused.
I'm very confused. That's why I'm just kind of, there's a big disconnect here between we're just, simple FEMA agents.
Well, no.
Let me finish. There's a big disconnect between FEMA agents and then what we're seeing, so I've got that to deal with, I now realize that they're probably not FEMA agents. So, I understand, my first instinct is to want to help them if there's anything that I can do. I've kind of done my due diligence in calling for my own local people to come help. And so now we need to secure the whatever this crime scene or whatever it is as soon as best we can.
Okay, so what do you do?
So I'll go. Can we notice him looking confused? Can I? I mean, is he like awestruck?
Yeah. I mean, what does Filigree do? Does he say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, something to that effect. It's like, what is that in that? What is going on in her stomach?
Deputy, I'd like put my hand on your shoulder. I'm like, as Nye's going upstairs, I'm like, remember the corpse?
Yeah.
The 4-pronged bite mark.
Yeah. Is this more of that?
It's what's inside the corpse.
Well, I think you're going to need something better than a laundry basket.
We want to try to contain it alive if possible, but if it gets out and starts attacking, we need to put it down.
I'm a good shot. So let's,
We need something to contain it in. It'll probably, and I show them like it's reacting to the movement of the person who's closest to it. And I'll demonstrate.
Well, let's not let it get out into the rest of the world.
And the thing is, we haven't explored the rest of the house. There could still be something larger upstairs.
Larger than that?
I would say it'd be the parent of the creature that's inside.
This does not sound good at all.
You have to think that you just called in your local law enforcement and they're not prepared for it.
We're going to need all the people we can get.
You can understand it because we have time to explain it to you, but they're not when they rush in unless you think you can stop them outside. It might not be a good idea that they're coming here. You got to give us a chance to deal with it first.
Well, I can go upstairs. They're already on their way. I'll go upstairs and brief them on what's going on down here. I'll buy you all the time I can.
I don't think you should give them a lot of detail about this.
I'm going to give them what you told me. I mean, it's visible evidence right here.
First, we need to capture it. It's about this far from bursting out, and once it does, we're all in
let's
danger.
stop talking and y'all start capturing.
Did you say that Nye was going upstairs?
Yes.
I think he was going out the cellar door, or were you going upstairs in the house?
No, out in the cellar door, out of the cellar door, back to the vehicles to see if there's a larger container, sturdier container.
Or garage.
Well, how long are the cops going to be, roughly?
I don't know. You guys have diverted
Very
them.
long time.
Okay. Another thing is, is there any way we can move this body?
I don't want to touch it. We need to try to capture it first.
I think moving it would be a very bad idea. It could burst at any moment.
Because this was just an idea. Why don't we just, if we could, move it and put it in the back of the trunk?
If it bursts while we're carrying it with our arms, we can't even defend our faces if it comes out.
Yeah. No, like I said, that was just a suggestion.
Unless we can wrap it with saran wrap or something first. But that was. look at Kevin's face with the saran wrap comment. Anyway, Naya's going to look for something. We can try to go upstairs and try to find something as well, but we have to be cautious if we go upstairs. We can leave this and go up into the house.
Can I ask Agent Belladonna if is it clear that she's dead?
Tom, is it clear that she's dead?
She's lying on her back. Her face is in a sort of frozen expression of absolute terror. And she is physically, her arms, her feet are not moving. It's as if she was 9.5 months pregnant with triplets and they're trying to get out.
But I can't tell if she's dead.
No, you're pretty sure she's dead.
Okay. I'd be like,
she's
I would say I'm 99% sure.
She's gray and you can smell her skin rotting. So
would Agent Filigree know that?
Probably. He knows what a dead body looks like.
Okay.
He picked one up and put it in his car and took it to the morgue.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. We looked at that thing too.
So if we shot it, we're not committing murder in his eyes.
No.
Okay.
No, I see what's moving inside her, and I understand from the autopsy that this is something not to be. It's capable of killing others.
Okay.
So if y'all want to, pop bullet holes in it, then feel free.
I should make you all count how many bullets you have.
2 clips of 15.
I'm waiting to see if Nye gets back really quick, or are we going to go up into the house?
Nye. I can't really think of anything other than like duffel bags that you might have in the canvas duffel bags. It might be strong enough, but are they big enough? You really can't tell how big this thing is. It could be the size of a small child. It could be more than one of them. It could be bigger.
I'll take them anyway. If there's nothing else, I'll take them.
Okay. You'll have to take whatever equipment you had in them and dump it in your trunk.
Sure.
All right.
Just put the rocket launcher under this back seat.
All right.
Why do we never bring a flamethrower?
So wait for.
So you're all still down in the basement.
Nye should be back in a second, and then we can.
He's back. He's come back with some duffel bags.
This is all I can
Yes.
find.
We could unzip it and push it, pull it down over the thing, and then try to force it up through the skin into the bag, and then zip it up quick, and then put it into another bag. Put it into another bag. If that doesn't work, we just blast it full of holes.
It'd be like popping a zip. Come on, let's do it.
That's really disgusting, but also accurate. Anybody have a better way of doing it, or is that how we're doing it?
That's how we're doing it.
Can I remind you too that goo is also nasty?
All over the floor.
And
It's coming out of her mouth and her nose. And
before I even get to touching this, you have any more gloves?
Oh, I mean, here's gloves for everybody.
that you probably have, yeah.
Just start making it rain instead of money. It's gloves to everybody. Yeah. So I think maybe one person on each side pulling each side of the duffel bag down, and then another person to try to get underneath and cut the skin with a knife so it releases into the bag.
I think a couple of us should be covering it in case
And then the rest are covering with guns.
things go wrong.
I will do the incision if we need to force it through the skin. If you have one person on each side with a bag, and then the other three can be covering with guns in case we get attacked.
All right.
Any volunteers for bag duty?
It's my idea, so I'll be bag duty.
Who's the other side? Unless you want to do it by yourself, I would suggest someone on the other side with the other handle. No one jumps up to respond. Filigree said he's good with a gun, so he should stay armed and ready. Chemist, you want to help us capture this? You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry.
He's on mute.
There I go. Actually, no, I don't want to do this.
I understand.
Wow.
Jeez, y'all standing around like a bunch of girls. I'll do it.
I pull out my knife with my gun in my other hand. Actually, I'm gonna have my flashlight and my knife so I can see what I'm doing. I just kind of picture the chest, right, and the bag comes down over it, and then we just slip a knife under there and just to ease the skin.
Okay, to clarify, she's like a balloon.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Pull the bag over the balloon part.
You can pull it over part of, her. But what are you gonna do?
My plan would be to kind of get up under the bag over the top and slit the top of the skin that's underneath the bag so that if it erupts straight up into the bag and try to close it real quick. Basically, Lance in a boil.
Okay.
which is so gross.
This looks like that scene from that Alien movie where that thing pops out of his chest during breakfast.
Oh, we didn't have
Yeah.
breakfast
Well-
this morning, so
But real.
Actually, Bill, I was thinking sort of that, except I was thinking more of the thing that bursts out of the egg and lands on the person's face.
Oh, the chest burster, yeah.
Face hugger.
Face hugger, yeah.
All right. Belladonna, when you first of all do a luck roll.
Oh well, I've been doing good all night, so let's see what happens. Yep, of course, 70.
Is that a pass or fail? I don't know what you're looking
It's a 50-50.
Oh, that's right. All right. You're using a scalpel, I assume.
Oh no.
I have an actual military knife.
Okay, that's fine. Just something sharp.
I have a large knife that does 1d6 damage.
All right.
But
When you place the tip of the knife on her belly and push, it's kind of elastic at first, and you're thinking, how much force am I going to need to push my way? And boom, the thing explodes like a bomb going off, like a balloon filled with yellow goo and red goo.
Okay.
And it splatters. Most of it goes into the bag. Some of it splatters all around you. And there is something inside of it that is immediately struggling.
In the bag.
Well, it's still half in her and half in the bag. And as you're struggling with it, what comes out is what looks at first sort of like a human hand, but a little more like let's say a gorilla's hand.
oh,
And it's got like light brown hair, but as it comes out, it's now pushing against you and pushing against the bag. Imagine, if you will, you have a 5-year-old that is half inside that bag, and it's fighting with you.
and it's hairier like a gorilla or darker.
Right. And I need some strength rolls of whoever's holding the bag.
I think it was Nye and filigree.
Yep.
We got a lot of them.
whoa, I got a 95.
Okay, so it starts to slip out of your hand. Who is pointing their guns at it?
I have my gun out.
Yep.
The other three.
Damn right I am.
I might be in their way. I'm not sure.
Safety's off.
I hope y'all are good shots.
Safety's off. One in the pipe.
For those of you, I'm sorry, Filigree, are you pointing at it, or are you trying to hold it?
I'm trying to hold it. Remember, I've got
that's
one
right,
end of the
that's right.
bag. No one else would grab the other side of the bag.
Right. Those of you who are pointing your guns at it, do a power roll. And if you fail the power roll, you immediately start firing into it.
Hopefully not into me.
I got a 44.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's good.
52.
44 is either really, really good or really, really bad, right?
I just want to know if you pass.
You want to roll. You want to roll
4 out of
beneath it
60,
still.
so that's a critical success.
Okay. If you succeed, you have some restraint at that moment. You know, it doesn't scare the shit out of you, but you can choose to fire if you want to. If you failed it, you immediately fire.
I think my angle here is the instant it looks like they're losing control of it.
And it
Yeah.
does look like they're losing control.
Did Filigree fail his strength roll?
No, I made mine, but I would think, don't we want to cut it? You know, because it's rooted in the body, right? So it's wiggling around. Don't we want to like cut it so that the whole thing is in the bag?
I would be working with probably holding it on top and also trying to like saw down in there to get it.
Okay.
Well, it's not like it's attached.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay.
It's
Okay.
just still half inside the woman.
Okay.
I would-
It's not attached to her though, but it's
It's
just curled
bigger.
up in there.
It's bigger than you thought that it was.
Okay.
I would probably try to help once it was released. I'd probably try to get on top of the bag and like hold it.
I
the
think we
bag.
want to pull it, right? Don't we want
Yeah.
to pull it the rest of the way out of her body?
Well,
Like,
let's
grab
do.
it.
All right, you don't have time for this. The guns. Is anybody
Yeah.
shooting?
Sure.
Oh boy.
No.
Don't miss.
No,
It's been-
I'm on the edge. It seems like they half have it and they half don't. So I'm still holding back.
Yeah, we're 50-50 because Nye
Right,
didn't
so-
make his roll.
Nobody's shot. Okay.
All right.
All right. You're struggling with it. Do a second strength roll.
All
Can I
right.
jump in on this one?
Yes, sure.
I mean, she's not very strong.
You're trying to hold it down.
Oh, I did not make mine.
I did not make mine.
That's a
Okay.
critical failure on my part.
Oh my gosh, this thing's loose. Here we go.
It is then ripping the handles right off the bag as you're trying to hold it.
Okay.
Okay.
Very strong. Now, in that instant that you all fail, it, whatever it is, sort of tries to throw the bag off of itself. And so you get your first clear glimpse of this thing. And it's got light brown, fairly short hair, not completely covering it, but in sort of as if it had, like alopecia or something. It's not thick hair. It's sparse hair, like it has mange. The general shape of it is there's sort of a torso thing there with two rather strong, muscular, gorilla-like hands and a sort of neck that ends in a big, gigantic, gaping, actually very much like this right here, with little teeth on the inside, like a lamprey. And there's two folded sort of ear-like structures on it. There aren't any eyes. And it's kind of wrapped around itself because it's still on the ground. It doesn't seem to have legs.
But it's no longer in the body, right?
It's sort of standing in what's left of the body, which is just completely exploded. That made a lot of noise, Corey.
You're chip eating.
And it's obviously moving. It looks like it's going to make a leap.
Do we make sanity checks? I should just ask to be fair.
We'll do that afterwards. At this moment, you don't have time to even think clearly. You have to react.
I guess, I'm right there and I have a knife. I would stab it if one might at that point.
Okay, you can try. Make a... what is it done?
I don't know if anybody else is starting to shoot, though. I mean, they were waiting, right? I don't know if they would be...
This is the point at which I will be choosing to shoot.
Alrighty.
I'll wait till after
They've
people
clearly
fire.
lost control.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Oh,
I'll wait
Time has come to
I'll wait to stab after they shoot, because I think I would have been like thrown off. By the time I would have
Right.
reacted to stab, they would already be shooting.
All right. As you shoot, it's going to try and get away, but I will let you guys have the initiative and go ahead. We'll just go down the line. Who's shooting? Everybody?
Yes.
Mick, go ahead and you go first.
Okay.
Do it.
Got a 5 out of 50.
Oh, that's lucky because I got a 10. So it tries to dodge, but you hit it. Go ahead and do your damage.
1d10 damage. 9.
Wow.
Very nice. You injure one of its arms. Who else?
I'll shoot.
It should be the remaining 3 agents, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I got an 8.
Okay, roll damage.
Nice, Corey.
7.
Okay.
Pow, pow.
You've damaged it. Now at this point, before we go on, you get a better glimpse of it because it's trying to leap away or vault away with its hands. The lower torso of this thing is basically thrusting muscles and an enormous penis that juts forward of this thing. It looks like what Ryan Whitehead was describing on the monoliths that they found, that the women were attacking this thing.
It doesn't have legs, though?
No legs.
So
It
not even
seems
work?
to use its muscular arms to vault.
So it ends at the bottom with...
It ends at the bottom with a big penis sticking forward.
Oh, man. Not attractive. I think Curly's going to shoot, isn't he?
Yeah, did you have to get that description out before I shot?
Yeah. Did you see it?
Gives you another target.
I passed by 1 point.
Okay, go ahead and do your damage.
4 points.
All right. At this point, you've damaged it enough to where it lumps to the ground. It's trying to crawl away. As it's doing so, it's leaving bloody, sort of yellow, gooey handprints that look very much like the one that was, on the wall in the other house. And within a couple of seconds, the thing is dead. It stops moving. But I would like Belladonna to do an alertness roll.
Alertness?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was going to work. 67. No. Nope.
Okay.
Fortunately. I was about ready to stab it, but... so I'm probably, yeah.
All right, it's dead. There's gore everywhere.
Well, we need to.
Now you can do sanity rolls.
We need to search the rest of the building as well, and someone get some trousers on that damn thing.
Pass.
Yeah.
I
did not make mine.
I didn't make mine side.
Do we still check violence?
All right.
Pass.
We made
I
the roll?
fail.
No, only if you fail.
Okay.
But I'm going to have you, those of you who failed, do a 1d4.
Whew, okay, good.
What about for pass?
3.
If you pass, you're kind of expected it. You're hardening yourself to this.
Oh, yes.
Expected, yeah. That's exactly what I expected.
This guy was hard up for some friends. Oh, sorry. I did it. My bad.
As you are looking at this thing lying on the floor, something else happens. The penis of this thing, the end of the penis thing has little tentacles
Oh
on
God.
it, and it has a kind of orifice.
It's coming right at us.
And as the thing is lying there, at the root of the penis, it begins to disattach itself from the larger creature and attempt to crawl. It's very weak, and you can see at the backside where it disattached, there are 4 prong-like teeth on the creature.
Grease.
Wow. Can I stab it now?
Teeth.
Please stab it now.
I don't know if anyone else is reacting. I mean, Nye and Filigree have their chance, but my knife was in my hand, so...
All right. So you're going to stab the penis.
I'm gonna, as I put in the comment, I'm gonna try to give it to Prince Albert. I don't know. My knife skill is not the best, but we're gonna give it a try. I just think that she would react. I've seen it crawl away. It's like, oh, it's not dead. Okay,
Sure.
boom.
Technically,
All
I
right.
think it'd be an apodravia.
I think that without any difficulty, you probably do such the
I
thing.
think
and
y'all know way too much.
you kill it. Okay, Filigree, you are completely horrified, but
Yeah,
oh my God.
I've already lost 4 sanity points.
So I think, honestly, that it's fair at this point that Filigree is like, all right, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Cockworms.
And that's possibly just the baby.
And y'all think that there might be more of whatever the hell this is upstairs?
Yep, more of them.
Yep.
More cockworms. Cockworms. Brazilian cockworms.
So whatever the John Doe experienced, he got himself killed in time not to spread it around, but this lady
Jane
wasn't
Doe.
as fortunate.
Forgive my levity, but it's either that or I'm going to start vomiting everywhere. So
Let's move it. Does she have ID by her?
Yes, you can find her ID.
Is she Pamela, the house owner?
She is. Her ID shows that she is Pamela Decatur, and she is the landlord. And her address on her license is not this address.
Oh. I'd pocket that.
So there's probably at least one other person probably home, possibly.
I read that out loud. I'm like, this is Pamela. I just say, I'm like, landlord, different address than here. Maybe another place to cover after this.
Probably
But we need to move now upstairs, I think.
is the dryer closed?
Yes. Dryer and the washer are closed.
Are we going to go upstairs?
Yes.
Yes.
I think we have to.
I think we
Got
should
to secure
do
the rest
that.
of the property.
Do that before clearing this evidence or after?
I think we should clear the house, then come back and clean up.
Yep.
Also, if we're searching the rest of the house, it will give us an opportunity to find things like flammable liquids, bleaches, solvents, whatever we can use to remove the evidence of this.
I look at Filigree and I ask, are you in or are you out?
I'm shaking a little bit, and I pull my gun out of my holster. I'm like, I'm in, I guess.
That's what I want to hear.
Whatever this is, I guess I'm in.
Okay. So I need an order of people going up the stairs.
I'll go last.
No, I was kidding.
Hell no. This is y'all's dance. This is your circus. This is your monkeys. It's not me.
Oh, so before with the cellar doors, I'll go in first. And now, well, she's so much.
How many people?
I've seen that
can we put up
particular
there?
light. I'm going to be going to church soon enough anyway.
How wide are the stairs? Can we go two abreast, or is it single file?
It's a cell. It's going down from upstairs. It's just a single file.
Yep.
Okay, I don't mind going first.
I'll go second.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Everybody else then following.
I'll go third. And I'm going to grab a drink, so I'll be right back.
Okay. So you go up the stairs, and as I say, the door is partly open going into the upstairs. I am going to show you once again a map, a picture of the house, and this is what you see. Now, you see right in the middle, it says to basement. That's the door that you're coming through. You're coming from downstairs.
Okay.
Basically, the stairs and then the stairs upstairs. They both go in the same direction. They're right over one another. So you're coming from there.
We're coming from the bottom of the big green arrow up to the door.
You're coming from the point of the arrow through that door and into the hallway.
Are the lights on?
Yes. And it's very warm.
Okay.
When have I
right,
felt this before?
The door opposite, as we come out of the basement door, the door
Looks like-
opposite the bedroom door, is that open or closed?
It's closed, but it looks like a bedroom door. And you're pretty sure that there are some stains on the floor, probably blood.
Of course.
There's also, oddly enough, just a little ways from the door you're coming through on that same wall, there's like a sheet that's been tacked with some, wall tacks, thumb tacks. It's been sort of tacked up to the wall. You're not quite sure what the hell that's all about. It looks like trash or just an old bed sheet.
Is that what that blue line is?
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Okay. Well, I'll gesture to Curly to follow me, and for the moment, come round the corner, and with my firearm, scope out the living room, just sort of come round while gesturing to Curly to do the same in the direction the other way where the front door is.
Yep, gotcha.
Around that corner.
Okay. When you look into the living room, it just looks like a regular living room, although it looks like there are some magazines of pornography that are on the coffee table. It looks like regular pornography. But the room looks in fairly good condition. It's just, it looks like somebody who is, like a person's living room.
What's the blue line?
That's the sheet that's been sort of tacked up onto the wall right there.
Sheet, okay. What? And the other two went to the living room to peer in, right?
They went, Corky looked into the living room, and I guess Curly looked at the stairs going upstairs.
Yeah, I'm basically covering the foyer, I guess you would call that, like the front door.
The foyer.
Oh, so the stairs loop around and go back up to another level?
Correct.
Okay.
And then I could probably see into the dining room.
I like to investigate under the sheet, just a quick look, I guess, as I follow them.
When you look under the sheet, what you find is marks that have been made with blood, as if there was somebody who struggled here in the hallway and got blood on the walls, and they were just trying to cover it up.
Just so you know, guys, I'm gonna go check out the bedroom and like the desk and stuff like that.
You don't know there's a desk until you go in there.
Fine, careful.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go into the bedroom and see what's in there.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. So, let's do the bedroom then.
I think he just left.
Oh, okay. We'll do the bedroom when he gets back.
I'll check the kitchen then.
All right.
So I'll stay with chemist.
It appears that where the sheet is, that something happened in this hallway. Probably because you can see traces of blood on the carpet near the door to the bedroom. Probably had something to do with that. When you get to the living room, dining room, and kitchen, they all seem in pretty good order. There's evidence of pieces of pornography, magazines, not anything like was in Skip's house. But Agent Nye, do a spot hidden check. Or whatever they call it, alertness. Is it really alertness? It should be something else.
Search.
Search. Do a search.
I got a 36 out of 60.
Okay. What you notice in the kitchen is that there are 3 dog bowls, the kind of dog bowls that would be for fairly large dogs, but no dogs.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Do we hear anything?
Nope.
Because we fired gunshots, so if there's somebody in here, they would have heard that.
I'll actively go searching to see if there are any dogs.
Nope.
Maybe
No animals in the house. No animals on this level.
Well, once Chemist is good, I'm going to cover Chemist when he opens the door of the bedroom. I'm not sure
Okay.
where Filigree is, if he's kind of still...
You're all kind of still right there in that hallway,
Okay.
except for Nye went into the kitchen.
Okay.
All right. When you open up the bedroom door, it's very obviously that there was a struggle in this room. The dresser is knocked over. There are clothes on the floor. Some of the clothes actually look ripped. There are some odd marks on the wall, as if they're like bits. They're like, how do I describe them? They're like slits in the wall, and there's obviously blood splattered on the wall. And there's a bed, and there are shoes, and there is a desk with a laptop, and there's a set of car keys on the desk over there. And the clothes are very obviously boys' clothes, men's clothes. There's other stuff on the desk too, but you're not next to the desk yet.
I'm going to go check out the keys. What kind of vehicle is it?
Looks like if they were going to match one of the cars outside, probably the Jeep.
Okay.
There's also a picture on the desk of a young man with another young man, and in the picture, it's very obviously they are a couple.
Is either... Oh, I guess I don't know. I'm going to... I guess I follow him in the bedroom.
Okay.
Is either the John Doe?
Yes.
One of them is the John Doe?
One of them is the John Doe.
I motion for Filigree.
Okay, I go over.
Yes.
I point to the one on the right, or whatever one it is, and you're like, John Doe?
Now that you look around the room, it looks like he was attacked, stripped, and then managed to get away. Obviously attacked with probably knives, and managed to get away before he died of exposure.
Are there knives in here?
No, but that's what the slits are in the wall, where probably where a butcher knife missed him and hit the wall.
Okay.
Went to town on this guy before he got away.
It's also rather easy at this point for you to discover that he is... his name is Jonah Washington.
John Washington?
Jonah Washington.
Oh.
Looks like he might have been in the reserve military.
I'd like to check the closet too. Be careful.
Closet's got men's clothes in it.
But no disgusting monsters.
No.
Good.
But we need to still... I point up toward the second floor.
Can I ask Agent Filigree, Deputy Filigree, is there any way that you can call off your previous backup request?
I can call and see what the status is, but it's, I've already told them that we have a dead body here, so it's not like the dead body is going to disappear. They're going to be here sooner or later. So if y'all got anything that needs to be done, I think you need to do it.
That's it. Oh, you already told him it was a dead body. Okay, never mind. You better hurry.
We'll handle it once we finish clearing the house. But we need to... Oh, there's also the bathroom. One in here, right? So while we're in here, check the bathroom?
Yeah.
Rather neat bathroom.
Oh, neato. I found some fresh gloves.
If there hadn't been a struggle in here, his room would have probably been pretty much immaculate.
So landlord came over. Maybe the landlord attacked and got infected. Then she succumbed to it while he ran away. I guess we clear the other bathroom and then maybe we go upstairs. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Yep. I think we need to do this quickly rather than...
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think we're still on the
Decisively.
clock, so to speak, or y'all are still on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
The other bathroom just is a bathroom. Looks more like a girl's bathroom or maybe a guest bathroom. It's a little flowerier.
Can we go up? Are these stairs good enough to go up two abreast, or are they still single?
Well, it's a regular house, so it'd be a little tricky to go up two abreast. But I also wanted to mention that in the house, in the dining room, in the living room, there's art on the walls, and it doesn't look like cookie cutter art that you would get at Target. It looks like somebody made the art, but it's tasteful and it's nice. All right, so you're going to go upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking if you're going to go upstairs, we should probably call it there.
Okay.
Because we're really close to 8 o'clock.
Is this where in the TV show, like the person goes up and they throw the door open and you see a look of surprise and then it cuts to black?
It's dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
A Quinn Martin production.
I'm just gonna wait till it comes out on Netflix and then I can binge watch the whole thing.
Exactly.
Or it goes into like a black screen, says to be continued.
Oh man.
Yeah.
If anyone's looking for something to binge watch on Netflix, watch Ozark.
Ozark?
With Jason Bateman. It's amazing.
Oh no.
Okay. Ozark.
No, trust me. It's like Breaking Bad Junior. It's like nothing you've ever seen Jason Bateman in before. It's amazing. Laura Linney, Jason Bateman, unbelievable. It is
Okay, well let me go ahead and finish.
Stressful shows. Yep, go for it.
We finish and then we can talk. All right, our players included Lucas Glasshauer, Corey Heisted, Bill Mize, Nick Swan, Jeff Wilkins, and Wayne Worthy, with yours truly as the keeper of the secrets. Our music intro, Digital Bark, was composed by Kevin MacLeod and is used royalty-free under a Creative Commons Attribution license. We're currently producing 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our show free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. Patrons of our show can now enjoy recordings of our pre- and post-game conversations. Some of the funniest and most interesting stuff occurs before and after the show. If you'd like to become a patron, visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month will help us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We love hearing from you. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.